Hello, young world. Today I'm going to be talking about freedom, true freedom, and what it costs. Now, freedom can mean a lot of things, but for the purpose of this video, freedom I will be referring to as one's ability to following one's goals in life and being able to carve out their own path to reach said goals. I'm going to explore this topic through talking about how achieving freedom is differently shown in One Piece and Attack on Titan. So to start off with, we will begin with Attack on Titan. The main character, Eren Yeager, has always had a drive for freedom since he learned that he was not free. This has stayed consistent throughout the series, even when the truth of the world beyond the walls was revealed. This unrelenting drive for freedom is not bad in and of itself, but I do believe the method of how he goes about wanting to achieve this is. In the beginning, Eren thought all he had to do to get freedom was to kill the mindless Titans, but as the story continues, he learns that the Titans are not just mindless creatures, as he himself and others around them can transform into Titans at will, and that these mindless monsters were once human. After this point, his goal for true freedom was not as simple to see, where clear right and wrong no longer existed. Where Eren spent time in Marley, he began to understand that his new enemy that was blocking him from achieving his ideal true freedom were not so different than himself. This caused trouble for him, causing him to realize that his dream of freedom would come at a cost. I believe this is why he chose to start the rumbling. Eren believed that his people could never be free as long as there were others out there who saw them as enemies. So the only way he could achieve his goal of true freedom was to take the freedom of others, becoming that oppressing force that he believed stole his freedom from him when he was a child. With the start of the rumbling, Eren became the embodiment of the monsters that kept him trapped and served as a constant threat to his existence. Eren was unhappy with his life before, so he flipped the script, becoming willing to take the freedom from all others just so he can be free. With that being said, let's take a look into One Piece for another path to freedom. Monkey D. Luffy, the boy whose dream it was to become the Pirate King, essentially the freest man in the world. To achieve this dream, he understood that he would have to become strong to be able to protect his freedom and the freedom of his friends. Gathering a pirate crew of people who all had their own dreams to strive for, while they sailed from island to island on one grand adventure. While on their journey through the Grand Line, the Straw Hats came across multiple islands where the people were oppressed, and in the end, they ended up liberating them. The first example of this that I can think of is Drum Island, where Wapol is a cruel king to his people, and once Luffy defeats him and the island technically becomes part of the Straw Hat territory, Luffy does not impose his rules or orders among the people. Instead, he chooses to leave them to govern themselves, and they end up creating a democracy. This is important because it shows Luffy's approach to freedom, to live free and let others live free as well. Think back to the official formation of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Originally, they wanted to share a formal cup of sake, but Luffy didn't like that idea. Instead, he opted to throw a party and bond with his new friends. Because in Luffy's mind, friends help each other all the time. He didn't want to be a grand dictator, dictating every move of the Grand Fleet. No, Luffy would rather just make everyone his friend that will adventure across the Grand Line with them. He continued to believe in freedom and letting others have their freedom. Because what is the point of being free if you have to take it away from others? I guess you can see where I'm going with this. I believe that One Piece and Attack on Titan show two different pathways a person can go about living a free life. In Attack on Titan, we see Eren's unrelenting, unmerciful, and terrifying path to getting freedom, which just leads to attempting to destroy the whole world. While in One Piece, we see another path, a better path, where you can be free and even make friends along the way, giving them the opportunity to exercise their freedom themselves. Where Eren only comes to the conclusion that he needs to destroy the world to be free, Luffy sees that not only can he be free, but the whole world can be free as well, because what's the point in being the freest man alive if no one close to you is left to celebrate with you? Those are just my thoughts. Feel free to give your opinion and correct me if you feel I'm wrong in any which way in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like below. Obviously, I'm going to ask you to subscribe for future content. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. See you in the next one.